1813, the year in which Sengbe Pieh was born. 1 year later, the British and the Spaniards gathered together to document the Anglo-Spanish Treaty. In the name of the Most Holy Trinity, it having been stated in the second additional article of the treaty, signed at Madrid on the 5th day of July of the year 1814, between His Majesty the King of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland, and His Majesty the King of Spain and the Indies, that His Catholic Majesty concurs in the fullest manner in the settlements of His Britannic Majesty with respects to the injustice and the inhumanity of the traffic in slaves, and promises to take in consideration with the deliberation which the state of his possessions in America demands, the means of acting in conformity with these settlements, and engages moreover to prohibit his subjects from carrying on the slave trade for the purpose of supplying any islands or possessions. And now we appreciate the attention to detail. As we know, the Anglo-Spanish Treaty of 1817 only restricted the movements of slaves, not abolishing it completely. We must read the last line again. To prohibit his subjects from carrying on the slave trade for the purpose of supplying any islands or possessions. This suggests that other purposes were permitted, such as the transfer of already owned slaves from one area to another, and breeding of slaves for their own capital gain. Whilst all of this was happening, enslaved Africans in the southern part of Sierra Leone waged a prolonged war against the Spanish and the African slave traders referred to as the Zawu War. Other revolts, for example in Brazil and Cuba, erupted against the backdrop of a growing anti-slave trade movement, and indeed helped to make it possible. But it did not stop there. Within the depths of the Atlantic Ocean, mutinies continued. This idea that the Africans allow themselves to be taken as slaves is unheard of. The Africans fought back. They did not allow themselves to be taken so easily.